Now, from Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV 11 This Morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm Ashley Blackstone alongside Tom Brannon. Elise Edie is off today, but thanks for waking up with us on this Friday, April 24th, Tom.
Good morning, and good morning to you.
Morning.
I hope that you're ready for an active weather day today, because I think we'll certainly see things change quickly. This morning, not much going on rainfall-wise, but this afternoon we'll have some strong to severe storms.
Okay, so we're keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Of course, Adam's keeping an eye on the roadways. He'll be back in just a few moments with an update on your safe speed information. But let's get to it. Here's what it looks like outdoors. Or for your weather headlines. I thought Rob might. There you go. I thought we might start with that. There's Highway 10 in Shenandoah this morning, which will be picking up at least the volume of traffic anyway. And skies are mostly cloudy. Now, when you walk outside, I'll say this: you walk outside, you will not think that it feels like it could be a severe weather day. But by the end of the day today, is warmer air moves in, more unstable air, warmer temperatures. I think we're going to be in line for some stronger thunderstorms, especially over the southwestern quadrant of Arkansas. A very warm weekend ahead once we see the storms end late tonight and early tomorrow. And then next week, maybe a few more changes, which would bring in some cooler air. So we're going to have it all here over the next few days. 52 outside currently in Little Rock. Skies are mostly cloudy, and our temperatures around the state also are pretty much in the 50s, a couple of 40s up north, and some warmer conditions now beginning to push in from Texas. This is where we find a warm front, and that warm front is going to be moving through Arkansas during the day, lifting to the northeast. Searcy 51, 54 in Benton, Hot Springs at 57, and Perryville 53. So those are the numbers around central Arkansas. We have a few scattered showers in the northwest, and activity now beginning to develop in northeast Texas. This is where we're getting that push of low pressure. It's going to push that front through Arkansas during the day. Right now it is over northeast Texas, and this area here south of the warm front and to the east of that yellow dry line is the warm sector. That's where we expect things to really ignite later today as we progress through the afternoon. So that's why I want you to pay close attention to the weather in your neighborhood. Dallas, Texas to Texarkana up to around Arkadelphia, enhanced risk of severe weather today, and that really means that we'll have a better chance of thunderstorms producing damaging wind and hail. This is by 2:30. The warm front should be through central Arkansas, but it's south of the front over the Arklatex that once again storms could produce damaging wind and isolated tornadoes. That takes us through 6:30. Notice western Arkansas begins to clear out, and through the overnight hours I think most of the state will be seeing clearing skies, and then a warmer Saturday is coming up. Here's what that extended forecast looks like. Got plans coming up. I know there's a big heart walk coming up tomorrow. For those of you that are participating in that, tomorrow morning looks pretty good. Sunday will be just a tad cooler with another chance of rain early next week. Time now for a look at the headlines. 5:33. We turn things to Ashley.
Hey, Tom, thank you. Pine Bluff School District laying off nearly 70 employees. School leaders say since losing 445 students since 2011, it's cost them more than $1.9 million in state funds because of the drop in enrollment. Interim Superintendent T.C. Wallace says 2 of its elementary schools are closing and are to blame for this as well. The layoffs that go into effect in June are expected to provide an additional $3.1 million annually to the district. The partnership between the local Boys and Girls Club and the Bryant School District is ending. The district has provided free transportation from each of its elementary and middle schools to the club every day since the organization opened in 2004. But after the voters failed to pass a recent millage, school leaders now cutting the budget. They say it will save them $20,000 a year, but it's putting the club in a bind.
You can't just stop what you're doing and go get your child and bring them and deliver. I mean, it would completely change everything.
The Boys and Girls Club plans to rely on fundraising to help pay for buses starting this fall. Right now, UCA police investigating an alleged rape involving 2 students. Officers say they got a call from a woman Wednesday night from the Torreson Street apartments, and she claimed a male acquaintance was threatening to commit suicide. But when officers got there, they say the woman told them she had been sexually assaulted. Right now, no charges have been filed. A 17-year-old Lisa Academy student faces gun charges today after Little Rock police say they found a gun in his car at the school. Officers say the gun was found with the help of a narcotics dog and that the gun had been reported as stolen. The student was arrested and is now charged with possession of a firearm on school property. A former Earl police officer facing charges for impersonating a Memphis cop. Authorities say DeMarcus McPherson has been driving a car that looks like a patrol vehicle. He's also accused of pulling over a driver, handcuffing him, and throwing the driver into his car before releasing him. Police say McPherson worked at the department for 2 months before being let go for a pot possession arrest. 62-year-old John Smith out on bond today after being charged with the death of 36-year-old Dedrick Johnson. He was arrested yesterday on manslaughter charges. Last month in Pine Bluff, Johnson was mauled to death by Smith's 7 pit bulls in front of CJ's garage. He will be in court June 2nd for a plea and arraignment hearing. No college bowl game for the city of Little Rock this year. Central Arkansas officials say they submitted an application to the NCAA, but it's not feasible. Former UALR athletic director Chris Peterson, meanwhile, was in the forefront to get this going. He says officials will continue to work towards a bowl game in the future. It is now 5:36. President Barack Obama ordering a full review of the drone strike on al-Qaeda. The incident killed 2 innocent aid workers in January. The president yesterday issued an apology to the families of Warren Weinstein and Giovanni Laporto, who were accidentally killed during that mission. 2 other Americans, both members of the terrorist group, were also killed. Former CIA Director David Petraeus sentenced to 2 years probation. This comes after 2 months after pleading guilty to a federal misdemeanor charge. The retired 4-star general gave military secrets to his biographer and former mistress. Petraeus must also pay a $100,000 fine. Protesters in Baltimore continuing today to demand answers for the death of Freddie Gray. During yesterday's demonstrations, some protesters stopped traffic and struggled with police. Now the city's mayor is asking the governor to send state troopers to help keep the peace. The 25-year-old suffered a fatal spinal cord injury after his arrest a week ago. And the prosecution wrapping up its case in the penalty phase of Boston Marathon bomber Johar Tsarnaev. Prosecutors say he should be executed for his crimes. The defense believe that his life should be spared because his older brother was the mastermind of the attack. They present their case next week. Loretta Lynch has now been confirmed as the nation's Attorney General. The Senate voted yesterday 56-43, ending months of delays. Lynch will replace Eric Holder and become the first black woman in the nation's top law enforcement post. She currently serves as U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. Another ice cream brand recalling all of its product for a possible listeria contamination. Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream making a voluntary recall. You can find the brand at Whole Foods Market and Fresh Market here in Little Rock. Customers are urged to throw that ice cream away or return it for a refund. Meanwhile, the company Bluebell voluntarily recalled all of its products earlier this week. Right now, synthetic marijuana causing some problems in Pine Bluff. Police say the drug, also known as K2 or Spice, is very popular among kids. It's been illegal in the state of Arkansas since 2010, but officers tell us that's not stopping people from using it. Police say that K2 usually comes along with violent side effects that have sent some even to the emergency room.
It's hard to say how someone's going to react. I've seen some just flat out pass out and sleep it off, and then I've seen others become extremely violent.
He says it's important for parents to be educated on the drug. According to Poison Control, there are 47 different variations of K2 known in the state of Arkansas. Governor Hutchinson calling for state leaders to reevaluate the Common Core curriculum. The program started back in 2011 with grades K through 12, but after much criticism from parents, the governor now taking a second look. The learning method, according to the Board of Education, is not to find an immediate answer, but to show students the process of addition, subtraction, or any other skill.
Again, rather than just memorizing that 5 times 3 is 15, it can be beneficial at younger grades to allow students to see physical models.
Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin, meanwhile, is in charge of the task force and says initial recommendations on the future of the Common Core will be presented towards the end of the summer, with the final recommendations coming by the fall. April 27, 2014, that night in April has stuck with many Arkansans. 16 people died, many others hurt and lost their homes when an EF4 tornado hit central Arkansas.
I didn't hear my kids. I didn't see my husband running for me. I was just alone.
Next week, it will be 1 year since the tornado took so much from our communities. At 6:30 Monday evening, we remember those who lost their lives, and we will also hear stories of heartbreak and about moving forward. Be sure to join us for this THV 11 news special. Pretty soon, you won't have to wait until spring to buy Girl Scout cookies. Details on why coming up in our Money Watch this morning. And it's almost time for the red and white spring game at the U of A. Mary Dunleavy is on the Hill this morning with what you can expect. That's coming up. Marielle?
And fans of the hospital drama Grey's Anatomy heartbroken this morning. The show loses one of its main characters after 11 seasons. I'll explain the shocking twist, spoiler alert, along with fan reaction online in your trending news still ahead.
After the break, well, we've got a chance of tornadoes in Arkansas today. Slight risk of severe weather for most of the state enhanced in southwest Arkansas. I'll give you an idea as to when this could occur. Your weather in 2 minutes, along with traffic from Adam Bledsoe. We'll be right back.